Okay, here we go. After this, I might actually take a little break from what is for quite a little bit. Hello everybody, this is Uncle Dylan. You already know what I do, and you already know what I can do. So let's just not act like we give a shit. Hey, because obviously we don't. And let's get straight to the video, shall we? Good. Now describe. Now, you already know what I do. You already know what's going to happen, and we all know how this is going to end. And it's going to end fucking horrible. Well, I already know it. But we must continue. Because number one, well, I have to for the sake of my YouTube channel, and I noticed that, well, mostly I've not been doing much, but after this, I may take a little bit of a vacation, because, let's be honest, I need one. I already know half of you are probably going to say, but you took a vacation like 3 weeks ago. Oh, when I mean vacation, I mean short break. Like, this one I actually might take a vacation, because let's admit it, doing one-shot videos and sequels, and due to my schedule, because I literally post them like almost every day or week, if I get the time, to pretty much post these. So after this, I might take a break, like from YouTubing, and get back to one thing that I loved more than what ifs. Yes, that's video games. Yep, I play a lot of video games. It's not actually a lot. It's not even a hiding thing. Besides, I need to actually get all the. I actually need to start replaying Red Dead Redemption for another what if, because I need to remember how the Deadeye thing works. Because as I completely, dumbfoundedly forgot. That and also Red Dead Redemption would distract me a lot faster. Believe me, I tried doing a what if at one time and it failed horribly. I literally did not speak for about 3 hours. And it was just me completely silenced. Luckily, I took advantage of a glitch and looked, and luckily for me, it was turned off. Well, thank the gods. So pretty much in this one, you already saw the title of this one. This is, what if Deku was trained by Akuma? Yes, a lot of people have actually been asking this what if ever since I started doing the Naruto Akuma. But what if, even though I stopped doing that one, let's admit it, that one was a bitch. And do Akuma being God knows how old, let's be honest, I don't know how old that bastard is, but nor do I really care, actually. But anyway, let's get to the video. So apparently, in this one, we're going to start off with Izuku. By the way, Izuku doesn't start off as a chubby little kid or as a badass. Nope, this was innocent little Izuku, or used to be innocent. Let's be frank here. I am a bastard, and I am not friendly. Or am I scared enough to pull out some materials that involves me killing some innocent people? So in this one, Akuma Midoriya tragically and brutally passed away. You're all probably thinking in your head, tragically and brutally. Let me guess, Dylan. Then she died from being raped. Nope. Oh, she died from being an abusive cunt. Nope. Oh, you guess on that one, though, whoever guessed that one. She died from being lesbian. And fuck you and get off my channel. No, she died from pretty much protecting her son. Ding, ding, ding. Whoever guessed that one, in their mind, they get a free cookie. Even though it's probably cursed and probably has human flesh in it, so I would not recommend eating it. Now, pretty much, Izuku has been working to the bone about, everything. I kid you not. He worked endlessly. It was ridiculous. To the point where Izuku even had to work at a gas station. Yep, Izuku worked at a gas station for a couple of years until the day arrived of him literally learning new things. Now, mind you, Izuku was a skinny boy. Like, he was super skinny. Like, you can easily mistake him for a fucking femboy. That's how skinny he was. However, he was also bullied, picked on and all that because of his skinniness, his being quirkless, and also him being the son of a very former villain. who passed away by All Might. Like, even though his mission was to bring them back alive. So you can imagine that. So everyone picked on him, bullied him, even the heroes picked on him. Now, it was a complete bullshit. So Izuku gave up on hope, lost everything, and he doesn't even get paid well. He only gets paid like 25 bucks. Actually, now I think about it, for a gas. That's pretty much interesting. So pretty much after that incident, Izuku Midoriya pretty much gave up on his dream of being a hero because he thinks about it and think they're not gonna accept me in. I'm a nobody. And mind you, Izuku Midoriya is feared for something he can't control. So pretty much after pretty much dealing with their stupidity for the past 5 years, he pretty much got sick and tired and actually stopped going to school. So pretty much after the difficulty of the Izuku pretty much gave up on his dream because he knew that it was just a waste of his fucking time. Like, he literally just gave up. Clearly and sadly. So pretty much when his friends, quote unquote, realized he stopped going to school, they started going to his house and beating him up. But they didn't need to last time because he would start cutting himself and also bash his head in, which they will stop. Mostly they stopped beating him up after that because they realized now how he is mentally insane and they just want to watch him now just suffer. But show slight pity. Around his house, anyway. One girl even tried to seduce him, which worked. Unfortunately, he was raped. By Momo. Yep, Momo raped him. Along with any other girls that was in Class 1A, actually. They raped him, and pretty much so did the guys. But Izuku did not give 2 fucks anymore. In fact, his hatred towards humans grew intentionally. Like, it was no fucking joke. You can easily mistake his look for, like, I want you dead. And all the heroes even noticed that he stopped. So they thought he pretty much left the house, but really he just never left the house. So heroes would come to see where he is. To either A, pick on him, or B, see if he has joined any villain group so they can find a reason to kill him. And everyone was a complete cunt to him. And I mean everyone. Even relatives. Yes, Izuku in this one has relatives, meaning he was suffering with siblings. The siblings blamed him. They had quirks, and they pretty much blamed him because they are his step-siblings. And they moved out of the house because they figured that his home was too polluted by evil to pretty much live there. So pretty much he stopped. But this is when they also note that Izuku really stopped going anywhere. He quitted it. He didn't quit his job. He still goes there. But the cash register guy started to take a little more pity on him and started paying him, like I'm going to say, 60 bucks now, which is not that bad. And enough to actually pay rent and actually keep up with tap water. Yep, Izuku has to survive on stale bread and water, which was a fucking miserable to him due to low protein and other things. So pretty much when Izuku was walking to work, the slime villain obviously attacked and tried to attempt his body, and Izuku didn't even resist. Nope, he did not resist whatsoever. He just closed his eye and ready to die. Until he sensed a very evil, very dark aura. Well, I'm not going to say evil. Well, a very dark aura. And it started walking towards poor slime villain. And the slime villain sensed it too. He turned around to see this big, bulky man, and with the beard, yes, I know. Oh, I think we all know who this is. And pretty much walked up to Izuku. Walked up to the slime villain and just did his famous move, which I do not remember his name. I'm going to say it's called Death Punch. I don't know. Oh, I can't remember what it was called, so I think it was called the Killing Intent move. I don't remember, like I said. And I'm actually going to have to do a full history on Akuma before I do anything, because I'm going to be honest, like I said, I do not remember much of Akuma. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to do a little bit of history, I'm afraid. But don't worry, I'll rarely do this, but I think it's pretty much useful. So, instead of actually playing it, but unfortunately, we all know me. I am going to show you anyway. So, pretty much, I am going to look up Akuma. And luckily, I know the perfect man. History behind the warrior. Shout out to that fucker. And there's a part 1 and part 2. So, we're going to listen to both. Get over it. Minions?
It's me and the... Hey guys, and welcome to History Behind the Warrior. Today we're going to be talking about the Supreme Master of the Fist, Akuma. Now this character has been around for a very, very long time, so there have been many interpretations of this character. For the purpose of this remaining very, very faithful to the canon, I will not be discussing the Udon comics. As with different writers come different interpretations of a certain character. I also will be excluding the Capcom-made films. 1, because they're not canon, and 2, the fact that they're not canon means they can go off into their own direction. Cough cough, the legend of Chun-Li. Now let's get started. Now Akuma's actual name is Goki. He's the younger brother of Goken, the man to become the master of Ken and Ryu. The two trained under a man called Gotetsu, who was a practitioner of Satsue no Hado. This martial art incorporated many different elements, ranging from karate to judo to kempo. Now many people that practice the art oftenly go mad, but Gotetsu had found the place between serenity and madness, making him one of the few rare exceptions of the art. Now as the two continued training with Gotetsu, Akuma became interested in the darker side of the martial art, wanting to know the true potential the Satsue no Hado has. After many years of training together, the two brothers would begin branching apart, with Goken wanting to create a martial art that didn't have a violent nature, whereas Akuma wanted to fully give in to the darker side of the Satsue no Hado and enjoy the killing intent. This would eventually lead to Goken leaving Gotetsu's dojo, wanting to learn a less violent side to the fighting style. Akuma, on the other hand, insisted to stay, and trained under Gotetsu's dojo for a few more years. Under Gotetsu's teachings, Akuma would give up a very large part of his own humanity, sacrificing his own compassion for power. After realizing that learning under Gotetsu had limited his abilities, Goki would leave the dojo, trying to find his own way of enlightenment. And that he did, as when he returned back to the dojo, Goki was no more, who'd only be known as Akuma. Akuma would challenge Gotetsu to a fight to the death, with Akuma killing his master of the Shungoku Satsu. Akuma would then take the prayer beads of his dead master and place it on his neck, deeming himself as the true master of the art. Goken would then go to the dojo to visit Gotetsu, only to find his master dead by the hands of his brother. Goken would curse at Akuma for no longer being human, but Akuma would simply walk away. Akuma would return many years later and fight his old brother whilst the young Ryu and Ken would watch from a distance. Akuma would actually be defeated by his older brother Goken. Realizing that he had not fully accepted the Satsue no Hado, he wished for his brother to kill him. Goken refused to do this, and Akuma would call him a coward before fleeing. Akuma would travel back to his island and train harder than he ever had before, removing once again a very large part of his humanity in order to become much, much stronger. At this point, he believed that he had transcended humanity and faced his brother once again. When Akuma confronted Goken, this would be after Ryu and Ken had left Goken's dojo. The battle would end with Akuma performing the Son Goku Satsu on Goken, apparently killing his older brother. However, Akuma was not aware that his brother had actually learnt the power of nothingness, and emptied his soul when he had the Son Goku Satsu performed on him. This rendered Goken to a rather comatized state, therefore coming across as dead. Now after their bout, Ken would find the seemingly dead Goken on the floor, and chase after Akuma in the woods. Ken was simply no match for Akuma, and was easily defeated. After this, Akuma would begin travelling the globe, fighting many of the world's best fighters. One of his most notable fights is against the old man Gen. It was a fierce battle, with Gen even surviving the Shungoku Satsu by emptying his soul in time. The battle would carry on with Akuma realizing that this man may be the worthy one he's been searching for. However, when he sees Gen cough up blood, he realizes that it's no longer an even playing field. Akuma realizes that this is no longer a fair battle, and he walks away, not wanting to carry the fight on any longer. Now, for those of you who are rather new to this character, Akuma has a code he lives by, to fight those that he deems worthy and that are on his level, with the intention to kill anyone that stands in his way, but only if it's an even playing field. Akuma simply refuses to fight an unfair battle against an opponent, believing that the real thrill of the battle is knowing that only one person survives. However, he does bend this rule at times, as you'll see later on in the video, where he surprise attacks and does kill a few people. Now, after his battle with Gen, Akuma becomes obsessed with Ryu, hoping to awaken the dark Kado within him. Eventually, Ryu is able to find Akuma on his own island. The two battle, with Ryu gaining the upper hand on Akuma. That is until Akuma reveals to him that Akuma hasn't even touched a shred of his real power yet, and that this entire so-called battle has simply been a test for Akuma to try and feel out how much of the Dark Kado Ryu has tapped into so far. Akuma then smashes the island with one single punch, destroying it and leaving Ryu stranded to contemplate his words, having Ryu oftenly bounce between Ansatsuken and the Dark Kado throughout the following games. Akuma would then return back to training. At some point, he would defeat and kill a Muay Thai fighter, gaining him the attention of the at-the-time champion, Adon. Akuma would continue to wander the world, until he is confronted by Adon, who wishes to establish his fighting style as supreme. But Akuma simply swats him away like a fly, not even deeming him worthy for a full fight. Akuma would then appear during Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Although he did not officially enter the tournament, he did monitor the events that took place, waiting and choosing the right moment to strike. At the finals of the tournament, Akuma would strike and kill Bison with the Shun Goku Satsu. Now, the second finalist and the identity of that warrior is left unknown, as well as the outcome of this battle, as Capcom has never given an official winner to this tournament. I personally would like to have it as Ryu, as it would make more sense for this character. But hey ho, Capcom and its retcons. Now, during Seth's tournament, Akuma could sense the Dark Kado appearing once more in Ryu. He would then travel the world to seek the boy, and make him embrace the Dark Kado. At some point, he does meet Ryu next to a volcano, where he expresses his disappointment to the fact that he hasn't transcended humanity yet. Ryu retorts that Akuma hasn't transcended his humanity but thrown it away, and with that answer the two begin fighting. The outcome of the battle is left unknown, as Ryu is seen much later on with his master Goken. Akuma is drawn to Goken, and notices that his brother has perfected the power of nothingness. The two brothers fight, with Ryu being the prize, but the outcome is left unknown, as both do survive the battle. Akuma then continues his training and searches for more worthy opponents to battle. Now, during the second World Warrior tournament, he is challenged by Sean, the student of Ken. Now, the reason Sean challenged him was because he mistook Akuma for Ryu, and the fight did finish in a matter of seconds. Akuma would later perform the Shun Goku Satsu on the tournament sponsor Gil, the leader of the Illuminati.
What? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Akuma would then leave, not knowing that Gil had the ability to resurrect himself. At some point during the tournament, he would face Ryu, asking him to show him his full power, but Ryu replies that malicious intent is not the way of the warrior. Once again, the outcome of this battle is left unknown. After the tournament, Akuma would continue to train as hard as possible, pushing his body to the very limits. Akuma would then at some point come across Oro, and the two would fight. The battle would end in a draw, with both of them being mutually impressed by each other's power, kind of showing that the only person in Street Fighter history to have ever impressed Akuma and get along with him even in the slightest way has been Oro. Now that's really it for Akuma's history at the moment, but we will...
Alright, that's pretty much it. So pretty much Akuma did the Sasanino Hoharo, or whatever, I know I said that wrong, but you get what I mean, and pretty much used it on the slime villain, but didn't kill Goku. He didn't kill Izuku. Ooh. Now, pretty much, this is Akuma sensed great hatred in the boy. So pretty much he knows that this would be a worthy student of his teaching. Mind you, Akuma has transcended beyond. He is now the full master of the killing intent. And so pretty much him being the full master of it, he pretty much took Izuku in. And they trained and trained until they could no longer train. However, Izuku does not mean he was not noticed missing. So pretty much heroes would look for him. Why? To beat him up, of course. But Akuma would hide him in an island and only go to Japan to get food. And he noticed this, he is disgusted by the heroes, thinking that bullying a weak boy like Izuku was right. He wasn't even hesitant to lash out at All Might, calling him a weak, pathetic disgrace of a hero for attacking a child that he could not control his family. All Might attacked him, but he got his ass whooped because it's fucking Akuma. All Might doesn't even stand a chance. I doubt All Might could even beat Mineta in a fucking arm wrestling competition. Yes, that's how much I despise All Might. At least Mineta actually shows respect. Wait, this is my what ifs. All Might's always a pushover. Wait, no. Oh, never mind. I did one time make him nice in a ship. Never mind. Although that was an endeavor. You get what I mean. But anyway, Izuku Midoriya pretty much lashed out. Has managed to get rid, I'm gonna say... Oh, fuck it, this is me. I'm gonna say, like, 85% of his sanity and humanity. Which was impressive for Akuma. Well, because Akuma managed to fully get rid of it, but he saw potential in the boy. So he immediately knew that this boy was worth it. So I'm going to say a couple of years has passed, and Izuku has become the ultimate war of destruction. Now, pretty much, Izuku has pretty much ascended to pretty much demon, and he has shown little mercy to anyone or anything. His goal is to make the hero suffer. His goal is to make life hell. His goal is to kill. So that's what he does. He had challenged Akuma to a fight, which Akuma agreed happily. They fought, but Izuku managed to kill him. And now Izuku wears his master's necklet is around his neck, making him the true master of the killing intent. Or the killer instinct, whatever the fuck it was called. All back then. And I actually don't remember. So pretty much, Izuku, who, in case you're wondering how do I not know, I was making the coffee. So you can imagine the pure cruelty they pulled. But after that incident went sideways, south, and others. Yummy. So pretty much Izuku, pretty much left the island, but he decided to show respect to his master and burn his corpse so his body cannot be corrupted by hopes and dreams. Mind you, Izuku was also there to eat animals, so the killing instinct of him killing people didn't even faze him because he saw them as weaklings. Now, mind you, this was years ago. So Izuku was training there since he was 5. Izuku's 15 now. And everyone still recognized the green hair. But they didn't recognize Izuku. Something was different about him. The anger. The hatred towards heroes. One of the heroes was actually considered to try to do the stupid. You're probably wondering, is he going to try to comfort Izuku to show that heroes are a good side to pretty much get into his skin and use him? Nope. He thought it was a good idea to try to tempt Izuku by trying to burn him, but Izuku retaliated the flames by pretty much backhanding it. And literally going near the guy and using the Sassinero Horado, whatever the fuck it was called. I know I said that wrong. Don't even be mad that I said it wrong. That word is a pain in the butt to say. So pretty much, much he managed to kill the guy. Not even hesitating either. But he just straight up did that. And by the way, he made that attack look way worse. There are holes in the guy everywhere. And the fact that they now found out they fucked up, well, because Izuku was a nice kiddo, that's when you know you guys are terrible. So pretty much after that incident, this is when Izuku, who never was the same again. Because he would rob, kill, plunder. He did not give a shit. Actually, no, he became a mercenary because he knew he needed food and water. So he became a mercenary for hire. However, he never helped heroes cheap. He would always make it worth his while, like $20,000 to $60,000. Which was a lot, but he knew that the heroes could afford it. However, they would never agree, so they would have to deal with the work themselves. So he was rarely hired by the heroes. But he was hired by other people to kill ill people, which he was mostly happy to do it, especially if they were quirkless. But he did not give two fucking shits if it was a quirk person. So quirk people rarely hired the guy. Besides the matter, I think they rarely hired him, period, because he was a total douche. So after the many years of pretty much doing the impossible, Izuku still moved around the world. Was he? No. Actually, no, he moved around Japan. He didn't really leave the world because he knew that means he had to act like he gave a shit about everyone. So pretty much he stuck to his guts and pretty much killed anyone who got in his way. So pretty much now we start off with Izuku, I'm gonna say at a station. No, not like a station. He actually made his home somewhere further south, but he knew that he had to make it careful. So he made it to the location, I'm going to say his old home, which was now someone else's. In case you're wondering whose, it was his siblings. And his siblings tried to act all sweet on him, but Izuku didn't even hesitate and beat them up. Now you're all probably wondering, just beat them up? He didn't kill them. Nope, Izuku, who beat them up and literally whispered to their ears, I am going to enjoy killing you. Yep, that's what Izuku said. And he said it slowly and painfully, too. And he just kicked them the fuck out. They're completely bruised and now traumatized of their own brother. But realizing what a monster they made, they immediately went to Bakugo. Because, like I said, they were horrified. Scared out of their wits. So after that incident, they pretty much didn't even attempt to talk to Izuku, because now they're horrified and they hate him even more. But they would not have the balls to say it in front of their face. Oh no. Bakugo even tried talking to him and he got beaten up 10 times worse. And the girls tried to seduce him. He beats them up. I think you all know what's going on here. So pretty much after literally a full 3 months about this, we now start at UA Academy because Izuku's been busy. I mean busy. His kill count right now is like 500 heroes, which is pretty impressive for a 15-year-old. With Nezu, he is just thinking in his head, how did he get strong? I don't know what he's doing. What was that move he used? It's pretty dangerous. And pretty much the heroes, All Might, Endeavor, Hawk, and Miracle walked in. You wanted to see us? Yes. Danny and you know about this Hitakira. I mean, this, Une. Yeah, Izuku calls himself Une now. He doesn't call himself Izuku. You mean Izuku? So that's his name. It was, if he was still the same old Izuku that we knew. Ooh. This demon, which he doesn't even care if we call him that, is heartless. He lost all hope. It's like he's lost his sanity. Something must have triggered. Because even I knew Izuku. I wasn't really mean to him, but I knew I had to crush his dreams. Dreams. Yeah, we all did. None of us are innocent about that. Not one bit. Endeavor just says, "Who? What makes you think that? You had every right to attack him. I just told him the harsh truth. I didn't and beat him up after that. We're all guilty of creating this monsterness." Endeavor, "No, you are. That's my son's doing. If he beats up my kid, I'm not even going to be mad." This is when they hear a knock on the door. Well, this is when he goes to Endeavor. This is when the hero opens the door. And Endeavor says, "Well, somebody better be dying." Yeah, your son. He's in a coma." "Okay, so?" "What do you mean, so? Was it the demon?" "Yeah, it was that quirkless kid." "Shit, I should pay him after that." "What? You can't be serious, Endeavor." "Oh, I'm dead serious. Yes. And this is, like I said, not my fault. Your dumbasses thought it was a good idea to crush this boy's hopes and dreams, and now look what we got. We got a hero killer and murderer to deal with. Scratch that. You two have to deal with it. Aren't you gonna help? Hell no. Oh, in fact, I got an idea. Yeah. I just hope it works." "What is it?" "None of your damn business." "Excuse me? I am your boss, and your job is to pay me. That's it. None of that gootsy wootsy. Oh, I stay up until 2 a.m. and like a fucking Karen at a truck stop. Because she found out that her boyfriend dumped her, or for a man who was 20 times nicer and didn't care about sexist or being a quirkless. That's why I don't give a shit about you, Karen." And Endeavor just walks off. "I'm not Karen." "Yes, you are. Karen. And so are you, Karen Jr." He points at Hawk. Hey. And he just walks off. I'm surprised he didn't call me a Karen. "You're a worse Karen whore." I don't know which one's worse, being called a Karen or Aaron a whore or a Karen whore. I think we both know that answer. With Endeavor, who managed to get to Izuku, because now he is choking the life out of one of the heroes. I'm gonna say it's one of the what was their stupid name now? One of the Pussycats? Seriously, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is with that? What type of hero name is the Pussycats? Seriously? Call me perverted all you want, but that doesn't even sound right. If I heard a hero call themselves a Pussycat, I'm thinking of either A, the band, or B, a porn. It's like 2 dishes in one bowl. Wait. What? I don't remember. Oh, wrong script. I'm reading the one with hemorrhoids. No, wait. Never mind, that was part of the script. I keep forgetting. So, yeah, you can imagine the full sanity of Izuku. So pretty much he gets there, and Izuku just looks at Endeavor. Now, he doesn't look at Endeavor with full disgust, because Endeavor actually gives a shit about quirks and quirkless. And he sees a fuckload of money. I mean, Endeavor's carrying it like Santa just came to town and just gave him his full-on Santa sack. So yeah, you can imagine where this is going. Endeavor, Izuku, quite curious, and he can tell it's money because what else would he put in a bag? I know he wouldn't put it in a suitcase. This is when Endeavor just crushes the girl's neck. I'm gonna say it's Ragdoll. I think that's her name? Yeah, Ragdoll. Oh, I can't remember the other three's name, so we're gonna say it's Ragdoll. Still think that's a dumbass name though. Pussycat. I swear, it's making me think of a porn. Comment down below if you watched My Hero Academia, and when you heard Pussycats, you thought of the band or the porn. Don't be worrisome. YouTube does not give a shit about me. Because if they did, I think my videos would have been demonetized a long time ago. Although it could be because I literally don't show any animation, and it's literally just legit of what if. So I don't think they will give a shit unless I show too much porn. Apparently, my stepdad told me that one of my was demonetized. It was freaking put out because of too much porn, because of how sexual it was, which I found quite stupid. I mean, we talk about porn all the fucking time. Anyway, let's hope this video doesn't get demonetized. He says about talking about porn and how the pussycats literally sound like it. Like, did I mention I hate America? Wow, that's one way to get demonetized. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. Right, I hate America. If I had a choice, I would probably live in Jamaica or Canada. Or should I live in Britain? Nah. I'm too lazy to travel, so I'll just say I'll move somewhere nicer, and when people actually have good taste and motherfucking honey! And good pancakes, so I'll probably move to Canada. Don't judge me. Hey, Canada is actually not a bad country. I've never been there, but I would love to live there. Why? Well, unlike you guys, they actually have manners and don't let themselves go. Like, literally. Hey, I'm gonna make a quick speech before I even continue. Men and women, don't let yourselves go. When I mean don't let yourselves go, I legit mean don't make yourselves look like a fucking hippopotamus. It's not cute, it's not funny, it's nasty. Now, before all you fat people say, you're such a fat, racist prick. No, I'm not. I mean, when I say don't let yourselves go, I mean don't let yourselves go to the point where you have to literally ride around in a wheelchair. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't be fat, period. Just don't be to the point where we have to deal with that. And for God's sake, tight clothing, like tight dresses and all that is not your fucking friend. And I'm sorry, but that just makes an anti-horn. That makes a horn go to anti-horn. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to sound rude. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm always rude. Besides, if I said I wasn't rude, I think you all know I would be talking out of my ass. Yes. And besides, I'm not even that rude. I share the harsh punishment truth. Because, let's be honest, we all know what it's like to have a chubby girlfriend or boyfriend. But if you're into those chubby people, then don't mind me, ignore me. But just don't let yourself go to the point where you have to ride around in a wheelchair. That's all I'm asking. And because I actually seen skinny and chubby people couples, and some of them I actually am okay with. But don't do it to the point where you're both chubby. That just makes me want to cringe. Like, seriously. Actually, I nearly cringed to the point where my face would feel like it was going to explode. But like I said, don't let yourselves go too much. That's because it just feels wrong if you do. But now, back to the video. Pretty much after that, this is when we see Izuku. And this is when we see the big man, Endeavor, bringing him some goodies. Mostly, what you expect from a hero with a good ass pack of cash. So, anyway, this is when Endeavor says, I got a proposition for you. Now, mind you, Izuku doesn't talk that much, so pretty much he became a stone-cold bastard, so he rarely speaks. He has his arm claw, and Ragdoll looks like a fucking mutilated corpse from the movie The Thing, not the Fantastic Four, the horror movie. She looks that fucked up. So you can imagine the full embodiment of the corpse. Endeavor tries his very best not to puke. But because the corpse is completely horrid. Guts are hanging out, jaw is completely hanging out by a little precious skin. And you can just hear the sound of the corpse twitching, which made it worse for Endeavor, because he was trying his best not to puke. Endeavor, Izuku, obviously waiting for him to say something. Right. Look, I get it. You hate heroes. You have every right to hate heroes. I'm not even mad at you for that. I mean, I found out you just beat up my son, and I'm not even mad at that. Izuku raised an eyebrow in a little bit of interest. Okay, that's one way to get us. I would like you to work for me. Not for Nezu, but for me. Izuku's eyebrow looks down. But you're allowed to kill heroes. There's been a lot of corrupted heroes. You know that. Even I doubt myself if I'm a hero or a villain. And every day, I doubt myself. If you want to kill me, that's fine. But listen to my proposal before you end my life. And I'm not trying to sound greedy or anything, but can you please not make my death look like that? He points at Ragdoll's corpse. He nods. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you. Thank goodness. Or what's left of this. And he explains his plan, which is the following. Izuku works for Endeavor. In return, he gets to kill corrupted heroes and also gets revenge on people who bullied him. Which Izuku could not even be happier because he has a smirk coming from his face. Okay, I think I gained his trust. Now, with Izuku, this is when pretty much they shake hands and pretty much they agree. Right. That should be easy. Now he's got to convince Aizawa not to arrest your ass. Or at least have a death wish. By the way, I'm taking a guess Akuma taught you. Izuku raised an eyebrow. Yes, I know what you can do. I ain't stupid. And I know what you can do. So pretty much, that's why I'm asking you to help us. A necessary evil. Izuku nods. That's because he actually agrees with the necessary evil part. Because in his mind, it actually makes sense. So after that incident, Izuku minded his own business. This for about 3 years. Actually, no, he actually went to UA and beat it up and killed some of the heroes with Endeavor. And Endeavor didn't do squat. He just sat there. They're using, I'm gonna say, Fat Goom's corpse to pretty much use it as a little chair. There. Now, Aizawa is just looking at Endeavor like, what are you doing? I'm watching the show. And by the way, Endeavor's eating popcorn. So Aizawa, realizing that he can easily get his ass whooped, decided to do the smart thing. He sat down and ate some popcorn with Endeavor. And it gets gruesome. It makes Mortal Kombat kills put down to shame. Like, I kid you not. It makes it shameful. Well, shame on you, Mortal Kombat. Get your killings back together. There. And then clean it up. Well, that's an asshole move. Move to the developers of Mortal Kombat work their asses off. But I wish they didn't get rid of a certain character. There. Yes, I kid you not. I hate some of the characters there. And I hate Devora. Creepy little fucker. Oh well, back to the video. Now, pretty much after Izuku killed half of the heroes and beating them all up, he showed mercy to Aizawa. Well, mind you, President Mike is also beaten up and pretty much badly wounded. So you can imagine the pure brutality of their awakening. So after this moment and this brutality that he had, and he pretty much moved away and left and pretty much started living in one of the dorms. Mind you, Class 1A tried beating him up, but he just kicked their asses and killed some of them. He killed Kirishima to make him suffer because, well, Kirishima's one of the people who raped him as well. But he spared Mineta because Mineta, surprisingly, was secretly always nice to him. And he could tell that Mineta did not want to be his enemy. But Mineta didn't even try to fight. He just smirked. Like a fucking evil madman from Death Note. Mina was also murdered because, well, she's a bitch. So was Momo, and we both know why she was murdered. Mostly all the girls were murdered. including Ochako. She got brutalized to murder. She was actually, raped by Izuku, who came inside and pretty much bashed her head in with a brick. No, actually no, Izuku bashed her head in with her bed. And by slamming her face on the freaking wooden part of the thing. I don't remember what it's called. So it was pretty brutal and pretty nasty. With All Might and Nezu, who demanded the endeavor to get there, he did not give a shit. He just walked in there with a smirk on his face, saying, "Yeah, I did it, and I don't regret it." This when Nezu slams his hands on the table. "Are you out of your mind?" No, nope. I know we need a necessary evil. A necessary evil? This man murdered and killed countless heroes. Really? How many heroes did you let slot by killing quirkless people? Well, this is different. How? How's it any different of what you did to Izuku? You wanted a way to stop him from killing good heroes, don't you? Yes, then I hired him. You what? That is not in your job. My job is to protect all, no matter the cost. Right. So hiring him on our side is the best way to keep him under control. Well, actually, under control is not the best way of saying it. He's still going to kill heroes. Oh, then why did you even agree? Because I know he'll kick your ass. And I'm just waiting for that to happen. Are you Ooh, and you can't do shit about it, Nezu. Oh, really? What made you say that? 1, he knows where we are. 2, if I die, that means the contract is over, or if I'm fired. And 3, he will be able to kill everyone here. Meaning, if you even try to get rid of me, you will die. And everyone in UA will die, both innocent and guilty as fuck. This is when Nezu's thinking in his head, son of a bitch. Yep, Izuku cussed, and Nezu is cussed, and it was the first time for All Might. And net is bop and blah. Endeavor, though, he just straight up giggled and then laughed. So, yeah, you can imagine the pure sanity of that. So, pretty much, when they managed to get everyone's family ready and pretty much attend to the funeral, here, the parents actually asked on why Izuku was not arrested. This is what Endeavor said, in the harshest way, "We have no proof." Are you kidding me? Think, Mrs. Rairozu, Mrs. Yaraka. He's quirkless. So how can a quirkless man manage to kill everyone in UA? Kill so many people in UA. Because that is nearly impossible. He says in a disgusted and dreadful tone to them. And also in a sassy way as well. He knows that Izuku killed him, but he's not going to do anything because he's right. They have no proof. Because mysteriously, the cameras were destroyed. I think we both know who did that. And so was the footage that was completely corrupted. So mostly they have no proof, no evidence. That's nada. None. They have nothing. Zero. Zitch. Zitch. So pretty much they're completely fucked. So they try to blame Izuku. They have shitty proof. The only proof that he has, which is stupid, that he is quirkless. So you can imagine the annoyance. So you can imagine the sheer anger in their eyes. By the way, Izuku didn't even attend the wedding. He just claimed their rooms and put his shit in there. Like, literally, he turned Momo's room into his training room. He turned Rocco's room into his... Actually, he turned his room into a gaming room because, he's gonna be honest, he missed playing video games. He's still a teenager, so he's gotta have his moments. And he turned Tetsu's room into nothing more than pretty much all that. So you can imagine the sheer disrespect he gave them. Mind you, he also turned Karishima's room into his actual bedroom, but he got rid of a lot of shit. And he also turned the... Oh, what was that other girl's name? I actually don't remember her fucking name. Tetsu? No, not Tetsu. Oh. Fuck. What was her name? Whatever. She turned that room into a fucking... She turned one of the kids' room into his meditation room. So you can imagine the pure sanity of his cruelness. And he didn't even try to look unguilty. He actually just gave them a look like, yeah, I did it. What are you going to do about it? So he made himself on purposely look as guilty as fuck. So after that, like I said, Izuku didn't even try to hide his hatred. But he just went there like, boop. He doesn't care. Yeah. Which Izuku was finding hilarious. Yes. So after that, and he left. Endeavor immediately went Izuku to work. Unless he's playing a video game and he lets him have it until he gets done. Or if he's meditating. He knows better. Which Izuku actually respects that. He respects someone's privacy. And so does Mineta. So you can imagine that. So after that, and pretty much cleaning up the mess, which Recovery Girl had to do, mind you, and she doesn't even attempt to look at Izuku's wounds because she knows the battlefield and all that, but Recovery Girl pretty much cares for him anyway, which just gave Izuku the look like, who the fuck are you, and why are you acting like you give a shit about me now? Like I said, he just gives that look. And she gives her the look like, it's my job. So, yeah. You can imagine the pure disagreement that the heroes had with this. Some of the heroes actually saw this through, and they thought that he could forgive them. Nope. Because Endeavor made Izuku attack bad heroes. Not good ones. Unless they piss him off, and that's it. And that's their fault. Everyone heard about Akuma joining UA as a mercenary pretty much went to shit. Like, heroes actually were too scared to pull in any bad things. Like I said, some, not all. There are some heroes that are dumber than a bag of rocks. Anyway, this is when Izuku sits down. Alright. This is when Izuku says, alrighty. Alright, this is when pretty much Izuku says, alright. Alright, let's see what you need, you little brat, Izuku says in a harsh tone. So you can imagine the look of pure or disgustfulness in their eyes. Anyway, after taking care of that incident, this is when Izuku took care of them pretty easily. Now, after that incident, and pretty much killed them easily, killing some heroes very easily. Like I said, Izuku only gave up like 95% of his humanity, so he has like 15 left. Or was it 85? Yeah, it was 85. 85 or 95, I don't remember, but I don't care. There, because, well, what's the point? After that incident, Izuku mentally... This is when Izuku is now just meditating and minding his own business. Until he hears a knock. You can come in, Aizawa. You can come in, Endeavor. I'm not even going to ask how you know it was me. Because other heroes would have just rudely just open the door and tell me what to do. You pay me. Do you obey them? Nope. I ignore them. Until they get on my skin, and, well, they know what happens. Anyway. This is when Izuku pretty much just started sitting and minus. So after that, so you can imagine the guilty look. This is when you said, "Oh, goody, this should be fun." My bad for the lack. This is when Izuku says, "So what do you need, Endeavor?" Simple. There's a hero you need to. There's a hero that's going to be killed, and you're going to pay quite well. Do you remember a hero named? Do you remember a hero named Mount Lady? Izuku gives him a blank cold stare. Yeah, I figured you might remember her. She did rape you. Oh, constantly. Well, lucky for you. Someone wants her dead. So that's where you come in. So you can imagine what you gotta do. You know, I've been dying to kill her. I bet you were. So after this, so after you kill Mount Lady, there's a bonus. You bring back the head. Oh. I never knew you put... Yeah, let's just say, I prefer. Okay. Hey, what if I bring her back alive? And then you get a double bonus. Izuku smiles and walks off. With Endeavor, who pretty much gets something repaired. And this one he goes, alright, this we actually start with Aizawa for once. Hey, Aizawa. Huh, what? Looks like he's doing the bonuses. Well, come on, you know you want to. Right. Alright. Let's see what we can do. let's do this. And this is when Izuku starts going... Oh, in there. Mind you, Izuku... who finds Mount Lady, who is now raping a poor boy. Izuku just grabs her by the throat and forces her up. Run, kiddo. The kiddo runs with his pants up, and pretty much Izuku chokes her to the point that now she is knocked the fuck out. And pretty much started walking away and started bringing bringing her to her knees and dragging her. Some heroes actually try to stop him, but they always ended up dead or wishing they were dead. So you can imagine the sheer annoyance. When Izuku got back with his woman, I'm gonna say, Endeavor cuffs her and puts her in a jail cell. Mind you, these cuffs disable. Ow, fuck! Right in the shin! Damn! Mind you, these cuffs disable quirks, so pretty much her quirk is fucking useless at this rate. Endeavor, a man with his word, got the money and the bonus. I think we both know what the bonus is. Izuku walks into his room with Endeavor and Aizawa with, well, they know that Izuku loves cats. Yes, I'm pulling a Kakashi. Or was it Doomslayer? Yeah, I'm pulling a Doomslayer. They're wearing cat outfits, and immediately Izuku, who is blushing, which is the first for him. Like I said, 85%, so that means he only has like 20% of his life left? Of his humanity left? Yeah, I'm gonna say 20. So 20% of his life is still there. So pretty much, after Izuku, who pretty much took care of it. Anyway. 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 Anyway, this is when I say, hey, this is when Izuku just flat out just says, alright, hey, give me my shiny. By the way, Izuku literally just took it. Okay, he doesn't even try. So after literally taking care of that problem, well, aka Izuku's little boing, Izuku literally managed to get done, and this is when they immediately ask him the biggest question. Hey Izuku, can you look up for a minute? Sure. Which one do you want? Kittens. What do you... He sees either a bracelet or a frickin' dog tag. Bracelet, please. This is when they gave them the bracelets. Okay, what is this? Owners of Endeavor and Aizawa. This is when they put on their collars. Now we know. Now they know we belong to. Izuku just blushes up a storm. Or, you really know how to keep me, don't you? Yep. By the way, I noticed something. You don't have a quirk. Neither do you, do you? Nope, we don't. We were actually trained by Ryu. Ryu. My master talked about him all the fucking time. Hi. What happened to Ryu, if you don't mind me asking? He passed away. Age? How did you... I'm taking a guess you killed your master. Ah, it was one he would have wanted, dying from his pupil. Although I don't think he'll like the idea of me falling in love, but meh. If I adopt out the kid, I can teach him the ways. Or if we want both of our things to stay, we can teach him both the ways of light and dark. Huh. Teach him the killing intent and the power of nothingness. That's a big one. What? Quirkless people are treated like shit. What did you expect? Yeah. So, does the people know? Oh, they know now. You see those cameras? They have speakers on them, meaning they can hear us. So Nezu knows better than attack you. I wouldn't go that far, but he won't be stupid enough. Or at least, no, he'll be stupid enough to attempt, but mostly to threaten you. Seriously? After the kindness of my heart sparing his men. And with Izuku and Nezu, who trying to break the TV. A kindness of my eyes, you murdering child! I'll kill her? Dude, calm down. No, I will not calm down. He's a murderer. He's a murderer! Well, that's here Nezu, alright. Do they not realize we heard the whole damn thing? Anyway, this is when Izuku says, alright, what now? Well, it's up to you. Alright. This is when Izuku just sits down and minds his own business because... yeah. Alright. Anyway, this is when Izuku says, alright, thank you. Ooh. Mind you, Izuku still... This is when Izuku starts letting them lay on him. I didn't even know... This is when they say... But this is when Izuku says, by the way, how did you two knew I liked cats? You would always spare cats, like you would always give them food. And cats seem to like you. Besides, I think that was the one thing that didn't drive you to insanity. The cats. They kept your sanity. Well, at least a good 20% of it. Yeah, that's true. They did. Is that why you two are still wearing the cat costumes, so I don't kill you? Well, that and also these are cat collars. We know... Oh, because you'll recognize it pretty quickly. Well, the cat collars are looking, but the cat ears and tail are just going to make you look silly. By the way, how are you keeping those in there? They're butt plugs. Yep. And then you just sit there and just start watching movies. Because Izuku had nothing to do, and he kind of wanted to catch up on his Hulu. What they didn't realize is that Izuku loved horror movies. I kid you not. Jason Voorhees, Insidious, Lights Out, The Nun. Well, actually, not The Nun. I actually watched that. It's kind of disappointing, but you get what I mean. The Conjuring, that type of stuff. He loved horror movies. And he'd been watching them for 13 hours, but worse. This is when pretty much Endeavor just fell asleep with Izuku because they felt safe around him, and let's admit it, What demon would be dumb enough? I repeat, dumb enough to piss off Akuma. Name one character. Actually, I can see Goro trying to kill him. Well, but even I doubt that Goro could kick his ass. I mean, come on. He managed to get his ass whooped by Liu Kang. Actually, here's a good question. Who would win a fight, Liu Kang or Akuma? Now, that'd be actually an interesting one. My money's on Akuma, though, because, well, darker arts. And plus, it will take a fucking lot to kill him. Sure, he can turn into a dragon and pretty much be, oh, so scary. All that. Blah, blah, blah. But after the incident, and they moved on, and pretty much Izuku, who started minding his own business. Again. But luckily for Izuku, they still showed greatness and caring toward him. And because, well, they still cared for him. And Izuku pretty much gotten used to the fact that he was now their owner. He's gotten used to the collars. But he wishes that they didn't wear their goddamn cat outfit when they're home. Well, don't get me wrong, he loves it. But even he admits, it's the cuteness that does it. So he tries his best as to look freaking bad as possible. Well, actually not bad. He just tries to make sure that they don't accidentally walk out there with their minute. Babes, huh? The butt plugs and the counter. Oh, right. I don't know why those two wear it all the time. But luckily they just started wearing cat ears more often, which Izuku was okay with. But that doesn't mean he lets them wear it outside. But then he also found out that Endeavor and Aizawa were furries. So Izuku wasn't too bad. He actually thought it was kind of cute. Yes, this video has been in support of all. Gays, lesbians, transgender, you name it. And I think that was a dead giveaway. And that's half the reason why I don't like Disney. I'm starting to think they're just racist to furries. We're showing that furries are drug addicts. Thanks and all that. Like, if it was the old version of the TV shows, I would actually not be that mad, because it's just a cartoon. But it just drives me fucking bonkers. For some reason, seeing what they do to Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, for some fucking reason, pisses me the fuck off. To the point I had to actually calm down and just pause the break. Do a fucking 5-hour pause break. Which I don't do because, number one, I don't easily get that offended. It doesn't mean I don't like it. Anyway, hey, back to the video. So pretty much they started watching more. But this is when they heard about a movie. And Zuko actually thought of a good one. He looked up The Cat in the Hat. Yes, your friend Dylan respects Doctor Who. Why? Because it's a kid show. And they tried to keep the classics, unlike Disney and Looney Tunes. Ugh. Like I said, and before, in my previous video, long ago, I hate the new Looney Tunes. The old one I respect with a passion, because it's a classic. It's violent, and also, it's not stupid. And besides, half of you people just make me sick of all the bullshit you guys watch. Like SpongeBob don't get me started on SpongeBob. Like, where are your manners to your children? You want to traumatize them? Because that's what you're doing. I've seen SpongeBob. Ugly little fucker. You do realize that show was not a kid's show before. That thing was fucked up in the head. And you do realize that Krabby Patties are literally made of fish flesh. Ugh. That's how they're getting more money. Me ugly sponge bastard. I'd rather be trapped And fucking My Little Pony. I'd rather be trapped in that stubby tubby thing. At least their food you could eat. Even though we don't know what the fuck is in there, but still. And also, you can breathe. Why the fuck would I want to be underwater? That's just stupid. And a heresy. Hey, great, now I'm sounding like a fucking space monkey. Anyway, back to the video. Oh. With Izuku, who got done with them, Endeavor also gave him another contract to kill more and more heroes. And over time, Izuku still stayed his ways. So now we start off with Izuku pretty much killing another hero. Bro, now you're probably wondering. This is the part of the USJ, mind you, and a lot of students have to fill up a certain places in UA. Izuku doesn't go to Class 1A. He doesn't go to class. He actually just lives in Class 1A dorms because it was the only place that actually had room for him to stay in. And he was not sharing. Nope. Oh, those beds are only for him. Even though for some fucking reason he knows that half of the people give him a look, but he doesn't give a shit. Endeavor, very nice, that was the only reason he hasn't killed them. That and also... Oh, Endeavor knows how to keep his man. And with food. Let's admit it. We all love food. Food. Well, more like food is fuel, not fool is entertainment. Seriously, it's beyond a joke. But I'm not even going to go back to that road. I think I made myself pretty clear here on the don't let yourself go thing. And for some reason you all being scared of cockroaches. Like I can actually name creatures worse than a fucking cockroach. You fucking heathens. And so yeah, you can imagine the annoyance. But luckily for me, I don't get angry. Oh, like, hey, that's a lie. I do get angry. But anyway, back to the video. This is when Izuku is now just minding his own business. Just meditating. But Endeavor just covers his eyes. Along with his own. Guess who? Hey, babes. How did you know I was going to be here? Well, we noticed that you were not at home, so... Oh. How did you know this was my hiding place? Well, why else would you be here? True. Oh, you two know me too well. Oh, asking me to bang you? Not today. Hey, there's gonna be a class coming in. A class? Yep. Class 1A is coming in. Oh, what? Oh, fucking wonderful. What for? Or obvious reason is literally need to learn about stuff. Let me guess, 13's gonna tell them how evil it is to be quirkless. No, actually. Let's just say you beating up the heroes and turning them into nothing more than mushy, is the word I would say. Pretty much opened her eyes saying, yeah, I don't think all quirkless people are weak. As a matter of fact, we didn't have quirks back then. So pretty much she's not getting stupid. Really now. I am serious, Izuku. She's changed. Fine, but if she tries anything, I'm killing her. Got it? Got it. Good. And this one, Izuku just hears them. You okay? Something's not right. What do you mean? This is quiet. Too quiet. What, are you gonna say some villains are probably gonna pop up? Don't jinx. You just jinxed it. What do you mean I jinxed? And this when the League of Villain pops up. Oh, I did jinx it. Told you. Oh. Okay, how do we deal with this? We fight? But the only question is, kill or no kill? Kill. Because I got a feeling that they're gonna pull this shit. Fair point. And this one Izuku gets up. Mind you, the Class 1A just got there. So you can imagine the pure fucking annoyance that Izuku's thinking in his head. And he was actually thinking, you know what's the best? Peace and quiet. Like legit, he thought he was going to get his peace and quiet, but nope. He has to deal with them. Luckily, they're not stupid. Luckily, they were smart enough to actually try their best to avoid Izuku. Oh, but it doesn't work, the fact that they had to stand in the middle where Izuku's meditating. This is when Izuku just stood up, mind his own concerning, and just gave them a look as if they were villains. Which they have, and Izuku has every right why. But now Izuku has to deal with this. It's these villains, Izuku says. So pretty much after dealing with that, this is when Izuku starts pretty much killing the villains. By the way, hey, the people are just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. They're not even trying to stop Izuku. They're too scared. With obvious reasons why. After pretty much fighting and killing them in so many good ways, he says, like an evil bastard, or that he is, so, Izuku. I mean, this is when he actually hears, so you're Izuku, Akuma's student. Huh, what gave that away? The fact that I look evil as fuck, or the fact that I'm killing your men like a fucking toaster? The look gave it away. Well, I'm gonna have to kill you. Can you make my death quick? I always make my deaths quick. At that bullshit! I see what you did to Ragdoll. Ugh. So, before I kill you, Curiosity is grabbing my cat. Endeavor and Aizawa look at him. No, not that type of cat. Oh, you three are a thing. Hey, we're not really trying to hide it now, are we? I'm surprised you villains didn't try to kidnap them. Are you crazy? We're not stupid. And only a madman would try that. And attacking people is different. Okay, to be honest, we weren't expecting you to be here. We were expecting All Might to be here. To test out this creature. He points at the Nomu. It was made to kill All Might. And, was it a quirkless child? Well, Shigaraki starts sweating. You heartless monster. It was my master's idea! This one All For One's thinking, oh, you snitch bitch! Where is your base? Shigaraki fully snitches. Thank you. So, quick death? Quick death. And Izuku just snaps his neck, kills all the other villains, and just goes to the base. But when he gets there, he bumps into a little girl who is quirkless, and sees the pure hope in her eyes when he sees her, and when she sees him. And this is when he realized the syringe and the bruises. And he immediately realized she's been experimented on. Doesn't take a fucking expert either. So when Izuku came out and sees the person, he immediately knows what's going on. And he looks at Overall. Overall tries to attempt it, but he failed horribly trying to convince Izuku to give him the girl. As a matter of fact, it went horribly. this poor man, whatever, if you can call him a man, and ended up pretty much brutally murdered and killed in front of everyone, without hesitation. And who says evil is not? And who says evil is always evil? So anyway, after that incident, Izuku pretty much went to, well, the next location, which was the League of Villains base. And he doesn't even try to hide the fact that he's going there. And when he gets there, All For One is trying to pack his shit and has every fucking Nomu at the door. But this is when he hears the fighting, and All For One is now packing his shit more. With the human hate, now Izuku's hatred has been increased by a good 2%, I'm gonna say. So pretty much 70. So pretty much his hatred is now at 87%. Now, you're all probably thinking, wouldn't that increase it to 100 though? No, because he remembers his kitty cat. That's Endeavor and Aizawa. So he knows he's not gonna go full evil for their sake. Hey, love is a lot more powerful than hatred. Hey, trust me, I know. Oh. And there's also something called hatred love. Hatred is in order to protect love. That's what Madara said. So pretty much, he's just kicking their ass. So the Nomu's flawlessly been defeated. And Izuku busts through the door. Muscular, who was dumb enough to even stay there in the first place, pretty much tries to kill Izuku, but Izuku unleashes his full, I'm gonna say Kamehameha, yeah, because that's what it technically is, just a more badass version. Pretty much took them out, and took Muscular out like a frickin' nobody. It was brutal, but it was worth it. After Izuku killed them, and he just started walking up to All For One, who is now pleading with his life, like, oh please, 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 no, 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 no. But Izuku didn't hear a damn thing he said, and it just crushed his head like a frickin' egg. How exciting of him. I could not resist, sorry. Freak. And Izuku walks back with a decapitated All For One and a decapitated overall. Well, actually, decapitated overall is a way of saying it. Izuku actually just Izuku just crushed his head to the point where the helmet came off, and it's still gushing out brain juice and all that. And normal Tuesday. Overall, with his decapitated head and Eri on his shoulder. Now, the heroes don't even try because they see that she's quirkless. But then Izuku's presence reminds them of what the fucking quirkless to do if they have enough hatred, so pretty much they didn't do shit. And unfortunately, due to Izuku's heroic acts, quirkless people were now treated fairly by other quirks. By quirks. And that's also because Izuku just made them scared of them. That's half the reason why. So after pretty much taking care of the incident, and he's saying like his life is perfect, Izuku killed every last one of them. No. So you can imagine what he did next. You're all probably thinking in your heads, what did he do next, sir? Oh, that's easy. See, he continued his life as a mercenary, adopting Eri as well, because... So you can imagine the full hatred of his mind. But after that incident, pretty much Izuku popped a question on Aizawa and Izuku and Endeavor, and they got married. Wait, and that was like a month ago. Like I said, Izuku just does his hunting thing for UA, and Aizawa became a member of UA. Oh, what the fuck am I saying? I'm an ass to Nezu. As Aizawa, due to his reputation, took in charge of UA's principal because the Hero Council did not fucking know what the fuck was going on. And so they fired Nezu and arrested him, and even arrested All Might because they found out he was raping children and pretty much and selling the infant and organs to people. Which Izuku immediately killed, but they let that one slide because, well, who's evil enough to do? Oh wait, I'm that evil. I'm evil enough to do that. Unless they're spoiled brats. So Karens, if you have spoiled kids, you better hope I don't come after them because I will make sure they die. Now I think about it, I think I got a kidney in the fridge. I'm actually in the mood for Karen orphans. Organs. Anyway, that's it for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This has been Uncle Dylan here, and I'm gonna go eat some liver before that stuff gets cold and is rotting. And let's admit it, that human flesh is better cold.